On your program, there was no title to our poem. Because it was really long, there's kind of a story to this. On the final night, when we finished, I was like, okay, so what's the poem going to be called? And so this is what the poem is called. Jared wanted to call this Untitled, but Jin disagreed because she didn't like that, so here you go.
I disagreed.
Here you go. Out of a total of 5 sisters and 1 brother, 9 sons and daughters, 24 grandchildren, I am the only great-granddaughter of my great-grandmother.
Out of 6 sisters and 6 brothers, 24 children of their own, many, many, many more grandchildren. Dear Lord, I have a big family. It's probably because I'm Filipino.
And I used to sit right next to her, watch her wrinkled hands dance with dough, playing with it like children play with
Play-Doh.
And I've always wanted to sprinkle my hands with flour, kiss her cheek like the way snow falls on the porch. Whenever wintertime came, I knew that I never listened to her when she told me to put on my winter mittens because I know that she would have put my hands in hers anyway.
Where he grew up, the winters were hot and the summers were hotter. An oven in a dry suburban wasteland of culture.
A true melting pot.
On summer days, my grandfather would buy me and my siblings ice cream, a symbol of his love. Our young minds not complex enough to come up with the appropriate reactions when receiving a blessing on a hot day. He never complained.
And I've always wondered if she missed me, wanted to know that if I could have taken the scarf she had given me for Christmas, unraveled it, held on to the other end, and somehow we would always stay connected. But when I told my mother, she patted me on the back, held my hand, told me that it was okay. I was only a kid.
And 7,195 miles is a little too far to
Not lose somebody.
Still, those memories were precious. Sometimes I wish I could take out the duct tape wrapped shoebox swept under the bed and open it just to see how whimsical all those memories were.
Lindsay.
Jared.
Shoebox.
Yeah.
Under the bed.
Yeah.
Dear God, please tell me that you took a shower after you went under your bed to reach for a shoebox.
I vacuumed.
And I had a silk pouch, and I fluffed it with all of the memories a 3x3 could have held, and I buried it under the apricot tree of the backyard of my first house.
He had always given me those little red envelopes on Chinese New Year. Being a Chinese American born and raised in Los Angeles, he hung on to the little bits and pieces of his culture that his parents came when they arrived. Still, those memories were precious. Those envelopes were a symbol, a secret exposed through adolescence.
And I've always wondered what would have happened if I'd held on just a little bit longer.
Worked out just a little bit farther.
Tried just a little bit harder.
Had my size 8s grow into size 10s, just so I could know what it was like to walk in my grandfather's shoes a little bit sooner.
I used to wonder what that purple light was that seemed to be highlighted in every crevice of your cheek when you smiled my way. I used to think that it was the red from my body heat mixed with the blue of the sky to make a perfect shade of violet. Now I know it's just my glasses fogging up again.
I used to believe that it was magic, an uncertainty beyond human control that hides within every individual speck of dust that hovers inches above the ground right before it snows. I would watch the snow reflect off of my grandfather's glasses all the time.
And if there were a word for the way the grass smells after our dewy cha-cha, for the way that cattails seem to whisper in our ears after being pushed by the wind, then my young adolescent mind would have spelled it M-A-G-Y-K. There are certain things that we are unable to carry with us as we grow out of misfitted dresses and shirts too loose.
Only as we grow older are we allowed to realize how much we long to remember.
And somewhere along the way, the part of us that still believed in blood, heritage, culture was lost in the translation of who we should be and who we should be.
Could be. But on days when we wake up with a spider next to our face,
Or when one box of tissues just isn't
as
enough,
one is never enough,
she will tell you, add in some herbal medicine,
some sinigang,
some clear water leek,
lots and lots of ginger,
tiny bit of salt.
and a teaspoon of vinegar.
We'd be right back where we were 15 years ago, because
Because, sweetheart,
darling, you can always make magic.